In this book, you will learn how to tap into the quiet power within you, unlock the success you've always dreamed of, and align your life with your highest potential. This is not just about achieving goals, it's about embodying the version of yourself who already has it all. Through every chapter, you'll discover how to shift your mindset, transform your reality, and make success magnetic. Get ready to unlock the secret frequency of your envisioned success. Envisioned Success. Introduction. The world teaches us that we need to work harder, push farther, and prove ourselves. But real success isn't about endless striving. It's about choosing to see the truth that's always been within you. Your vision for the future isn't something that's out there. It's something you've carried with you all along. When you begin to trust this vision, you will discover that it has been leading you every step of the way, even in moments of doubt or uncertainty. This book is designed to help you step into the life you've always dreamed of by tuning into your own internal blueprint. Every chapter offers a new perspective, a new way of seeing the world, and a practical guide to how you can align your actions with the vision already within you. As you read, remember that success isn't a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery, inner alignment, and deep belief in the life you can create. The frequency of success is already yours to claim. It's just waiting for you to step into it. So, are you ready to embrace your true potential? The journey begins now. Chapter 1. The Vision That Lives in You. There's a quiet place inside you, a space untouched by fear, failure, or the noise of the world. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand, it simply exists, waiting for you to notice. That place holds a vision. Not one borrowed from others. Not something you saw on social media or were told you should want, but a vision that is uniquely yours, crafted from your soul's whispers and your deepest longings. You felt it before, in flashes. Maybe in the middle of the night when the world is still, or in the ache after disappointment, when something deeper asks, what if you're meant for more? This vision isn't fantasy, it's memory. A kind of remembering of who you really are beneath the fear, beneath the doubt, beneath the roles you've been playing. It shows up in daydreams, in goosebumps, in that strange magnetism that draws you to certain people, places, or ideas. It's always been trying to get your attention, not to pressure you, but to remind you. That version of you, the one living a life you can barely admit you want, already exists. Your job isn't to create that future from scratch. It's to become the person who's aligned enough to live it. You don't need to figure out every step. You just need to trust that your vision was given to you for a reason. It's not random, it's not impossible. It's already real, just waiting for you to catch up. Chapter 2. When the World Goes Quiet. There was a moment in Maya's life when the noise finally stopped. Not the sound of traffic or voices or deadlines, but the noise inside her head. For years, she had been chasing everything: promotions, relationships, approval. It all felt loud. But one evening, after a long walk beneath a colorless sky in Seattle, she sat on her apartment floor with no music, no phone, no plans. And something strange happened. The stillness wrapped around her like a blanket, and for the first time in years she heard her own soul whisper, "You were never meant to live this way." That quiet voice wasn't new. It had been buried beneath everyone else's expectations. But now, it finally had space to speak. We live in a world addicted to noise, notifications, opinions, hustle culture. We're taught that the louder life is the more alive we must be. But real success begins in silence, When the world goes quiet, the truth gets louder. That's where you find the purest version of yourself. Not the filtered one, not the one others expect, but the one who knows what you really need. When you sit in silence long enough, you'll start hearing guidance that doesn't come from books or influencers. It comes from that sacred frequency inside you that's always been there, patiently waiting. Your next level of success doesn't come when you do more. It comes when you listen more. When the world goes quiet, that's when you finally remember who you really are. Chapter 3. The moment you almost gave up. There's a moment most people never talk about. It's not the highlight reel, not the victory, not the celebration. It's the point right before all of that, when you were done, when your chest felt hollow, your breath shaky, and something inside whispered, "Maybe this isn't for you." That moment is sacred. It's the edge where people either fall off or finally rise. You know the one. You've lived it. Maybe more than once. Sitting in your car longer than you need to, staring at the ceiling in the dark, scrolling through your phone just to escape your own thoughts. That's the moment success is forged, not in the spotlight, but in the silence of self-doubt. See, the universe doesn't just hand you the vision. You get tested for it. Not to punish you, but to make sure you're aligned enough to carry what's coming. That low point, that breakdown, is where you meet the rawest version of yourself. And in that space, a quiet decision is made. To quit, or to keep going even when nothing makes sense. Those who win aren't the most talented. They're the ones who didn't listen to the voice that said, "Stop." So the next time it hurts, the next time you feel invisible, remember, this moment isn't your end. It's your transformation. Because the moment you almost gave up is usually the moment right before it all begins. Chapter 4. Identity is a choice. Who you are today is the sum of your choices, your beliefs, your habits, your thoughts, and your actions. But here's the thing. None of these are permanent. Your identity is not something set in stone. It is not defined by your past or by anyone else's opinions of you. You are not your failures, your mistakes, or the roles you've played in the past. Every moment you breathe is an opportunity to choose a new identity. Think about the most powerful individuals you've ever heard of, people who seem to accomplish the impossible. Oprah, Elon Musk, Maya Angelou. What made them different from the rest of us? It wasn't just talent. It wasn't luck, and it wasn't the absence of hardship. What separated them was their ability to redefine who they were at pivotal moments. They didn't let their circumstances dictate their identity. They chose it, and in doing so, they created their reality. In life, there's a gap between who you think you are and who you can be. That gap is where your potential resides. The question is, will you stay stuck in the identity you've outgrown, or will you step into the person you're meant to become? The key to success isn't about finding a hidden version of yourself that's locked away somewhere. It's about consciously shedding the old layers of who you think you're supposed to be. The more you try to be what others want, the farther you drift from your authentic self. True power lies in owning the fact that you can change, adapt, and choose your own identity in any given moment. It's a muscle that gets stronger every time you use it. The decision to embrace a new identity requires you to face the unknown, because the person you're becoming doesn't live in your comfort zone. That person lives outside of fear, beyond the doubt, and in the faith that transformation is always possible. When you believe in your ability to shape your own identity, you unlock a new world of possibilities. So, ask yourself, who am I choosing to be today? Not based on the past, but based on the person I want to become. Are you ready to step into that power? The moment you realize your identity is fluid, is the moment you realize that anything is possible. You don't have to wait for permission to be who you want to be. The world isn't going to hand you a certificate that says, now, you're worthy of success. But when you start choosing the person you want to be, the universe begins to align with your decision. Remember, the most successful people are not the ones who got everything right from the start. They're the ones who chose to see themselves differently and kept choosing it every day. Your identity is not a limit. It's an invitation to explore all that you can become. Chapter 5. The Mirror of Belief. Everything you see in your life is a reflection of what you believe. It's a truth so simple yet so profound, it changes everything when you let it sink in. Look around. Your career, relationships, health, finances, they all mirror the beliefs you hold about yourself. Every choice you make, every action you take is influenced by the subconscious story you tell yourself. The life you're living right now is not the result of your circumstances. It's the result of your beliefs about what's possible. We've all heard the phrase, believe in yourself, but how often do we pause to truly consider what we believe? Do you believe you are worthy of success, or do you tell yourself that you'll never be enough? Do you see obstacles as insurmountable, or do you view them as opportunities for growth? What you believe, whether you're conscious of it or not, is creating the life you live. This is the power of belief. It's a mirror. When you believe that the world is limited, it shows you limitation. When you believe that the universe is abundant, it mirrors abundance. And here's the catch. Belief isn't about what you wish to be true. It's about what you know to be true, deep down in your bones. You don't need to force yourself to believe something new. You simply need to uncover and refine the belief that already exists inside you, waiting to be claimed. The mirror of belief is the key to unlocking success. When you can shift the way you see yourself, you'll shift the way the world responds to you. You are the starting point. When you change how you see yourself, when you stop seeing limitations and start seeing possibilities, the world will reflect that new vision back to you in ways that might surprise you. It's not magic. It's the natural law of attraction. Your internal world creates your external reality. So how do you change what you believe? Start by asking yourself this simple question. What do I truly believe about myself and my potential? The answer will show you the roadblocks, the fears, and the stories you've been carrying for too long. And then, bit by bit, you can begin to rewrite them. The key isn't to change everything overnight. It's to start noticing where your beliefs are holding you back and begin the small process of transforming them. Success is not something outside of you. It's something that exists within. Once you realize that your beliefs shape your reality, you'll stop waiting for the world to change and start becoming the version of yourself who already embodies success. The mirror will reflect back the version of you who believes anything is possible. Chapter 6. Emotional Gravity. You may have heard the phrase, like attracts like, but it goes deeper than just a catchphrase. Our emotions, whether we realize it or not, emit a powerful force that acts like gravity. Whatever you're feeling, right now, whether it's frustration, fear, joy, or peace, is pulling something into your life. The world responds to the emotional frequency you emit, and it's this magnetic pull that shapes your experiences. Imagine for a moment that your emotions are like a radio signal. You are broadcasting your current emotional state out into the universe. If you're feeling angry, overwhelmed, or stuck, those are the frequencies you're putting out. In return, situations, people, and outcomes that match those emotions will be drawn to you. On the flip side, when you embrace feelings of gratitude, excitement, and possibility, the universe aligns to reflect those higher vibrations back to you. It's not magic, it's emotional gravity. Think of someone who is always negative. No matter how much they try to fight it, they tend to attract drama or misfortune. Now consider someone who radiates joy and optimism. They too find themselves surrounded by good fortune, opportunities, and supportive people. It's not a coincidence, it's emotional gravity at work. The energy you carry with you shapes your world. And what's even more powerful is that you have the ability to shift your emotional frequency at any moment. This doesn't mean you should ignore pain or pretend everything is perfect. Emotions are natural, and even the difficult ones have a purpose. But when you recognize that your emotions are like a beacon, you gain the power to choose which signal you send out. If you're feeling down or heavy, you can consciously decide to shift that energy. It's a practice of self-awareness, and it starts with understanding that your emotions are not passive. They are active participants in the creation of your reality. So next time you feel the weight of a negative emotion, pause for a moment. Acknowledge it, but don't let it dictate the course of your day. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what frequency am I broadcasting right now? What would it feel like to shift to a higher, more empowering emotion? It's not about pushing away feelings. It's about understanding the role they play in the energy you're sending out. The more you practice shifting your emotional gravity, the more effortlessly you'll attract the success and fulfillment you deserve. Chapter 7. Success isn't loud. In the world we live in, success is often measured by noise. The louder the achievement, the bigger the applause, the more we think we've made it. From social media shout-outs to the hustle culture, everything around us suggests that if we're not constantly loud and visible, we're not succeeding. But true success doesn't scream, it whispers. Imagine a quiet room, where the only sound is the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat. It's in moments like this, when the noise of the world fades away, that real success reveals itself. Success is not found in the chaos of trying to be everything for everyone. It's found in the peace of doing what you're meant to do, unwavering, focused, and deeply aligned with who you are at your core. Success is not about what's flashy or over the top. It's about quiet confidence, the certainty that you're on the right path even when no one is watching. In fact, some of the most successful people on the planet don't boast about their wins. They don't need to because their work speaks for itself. Think of Steve Jobs, who changed the world with Apple, or Oprah Winfrey, whose quiet determination reshaped media. Neither of them shouted about their success. They lived it with quiet passion and unshakable focus. They didn't need the approval of the crowd because their success came from a deeper place, one that was driven by vision, not applause. Success isn't measured by the number of likes or followers, the trophies or titles you collect. It's about the internal sense of fulfillment, the peace you find in knowing that what you're creating has meaning, and that you're moving forward with purpose. The real success that will last is the kind that's rooted in authenticity, in doing the work that truly matters even if the world doesn't recognize it right away. Here's the truth. Success is quiet, but its impact is profound. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you show up day after day, even when there's no one cheering from the sidelines. It's in the joy you feel when you're in alignment, when you're doing what you love, and when you know that your work, your craft, and your contribution are enough. When you start to embrace the quiet, you'll realize that real success doesn't require validation from others. It only requires you to show up as the truest version of yourself. So, don't be fooled by the loud noise around you. The most powerful successes are often the quietest ones. Chapter 8. Rewrite the ending. There are moments in life when it feels as if the story is already written, when the chapters have been lived, the decisions made, and the outcomes are etched in stone. It's easy to think that the past has a hold on us, that it defines who we are and where we're headed. But what if I told you that the power to rewrite the ending has always been in your hands? Imagine for a moment that your life is a book, with each chapter representing a phase, a decision, a defining moment. The past chapters are written, but the future is still a blank page. The beauty of your story is that no matter how many pages you've turned, you always have the pen in your hand. The truth is, you are not bound to the mistakes, the failures, or the regrets of your past. Those moments are simply a part of your journey, not the destination. Take a moment to reflect on the parts of your life that feel like they're over or set in stone. Maybe it's a past relationship that ended, a career path that didn't unfold as you expected, or even a dream you let go of. We often carry these experiences like heavy baggage, believing they define our potential. But here's the twist. They don't define you. Rewriting the ending begins when you give yourself permission to start fresh. It's when you stop being the person defined by what happened to you and choose to be the person who decides what happens next. The ending isn't predetermined. It's still being written one thought and one action at a time. The moment you let go of the past's grip on you, the future can unfold in ways you never imagined. Think about the people who have made massive comebacks in life. People like J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by multiple publishers before creating the Harry Potter series. She didn't let the early rejections define her journey. She rewrote her ending. Or consider Steve Jobs, who was fired from the company he founded, only to return and lead Apple to become one of the most valuable companies in the world. Their stories didn't end when they hit rock bottom. Instead, they found the courage to turn the page and write new chapters. The same is true for you. You have the power to take the experiences you've lived, learn from them, and pivot toward something new. No matter where you are, no matter how old you are, it's never too late to rewrite the ending. In fact, the most powerful stories are the ones that involve a dramatic turnaround, where the hero rises against all odds. Your story is no different. Start by changing your narrative. Shift the way you see yourself and everything will follow. No longer see yourself as a victim of circumstances. Start seeing yourself as the creator of your own fate. Each time you feel defeated, remind yourself that you're still holding the pen. As you rewrite the ending, don't be afraid to dream bigger than you ever have before. The best stories don't follow a predictable script. They go beyond the usual plot lines and take us to unexpected places. The same goes for your life. The more you allow yourself to imagine a different future, the more likely you are to manifest it into reality. When you rewrite your ending, it's not about erasing the past. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and then choosing to move forward with newfound wisdom. It's about accepting that you are always evolving, and with each day, you have the opportunity to step into the next chapter with a stronger sense of purpose and clarity. Chapter 9. Inner wealth is real wealth. We live in a world that constantly measures success by what's visible: money in the bank, followers on social media, a shiny car in the driveway. These external markers are often treated like the ultimate validation. But ask anyone who's chased them relentlessly, how many of those things have made them feel fulfilled at their core? True wealth is not a number on a check or the latest designer label. It's the invisible abundance within you. The strength, peace, and self-love that can never be taken away. It's the quiet confidence that doesn't need external applause to feel complete. The richest people on earth don't necessarily have the most material wealth. They have the most profound inner peace. They know who they are, what they stand for, and the value they bring to the world regardless of what's in their bank account. This is the wealth that lasts, the wealth that fills you up, no matter what happens in the world around you. Inner wealth is about aligning your life with your deepest values and staying true to your own soul's compass. It's built from the inside out, cultivated through your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's the quiet understanding that the most precious currency isn't money. It's peace of mind, emotional balance, and knowing you are enough just as you are. How do you create this kind of wealth? By shifting your focus from what you don't have to what you already are. It's about acknowledging the abundance within and then nurturing it with gratitude, compassion, and self-care. When you make the inner world your priority, everything else begins to align. Opportunities, people, and even money will flow into your life, but they won't be the source of your worth. You will be. True success isn't just about external accumulation, it's about cultivating an internal richness that radiates outward. When your inner world is abundant, everything else falls into place. You start attracting what aligns with your true essence. Your energy becomes magnetic, and people will be drawn to the energy of someone who is full and whole. Chapter 10. You already have the signal. You've been searching for something outside yourself for so long, clarity, direction, purpose, and it's been right there all along. The signal you've been looking for isn't hidden in the future or tucked away in someone else's success story. It's already inside you, quietly broadcasting the truth of your potential. You may not always hear it clearly, but it's there, beneath the noise, waiting for you to tune in. For years, we've been taught that the answers are somewhere out there, in mentors, books, success stories. While all of these are valuable, the true signal that leads to your envisioned success is within you. Think of it as an invisible frequency, one that pulses through your thoughts, your desires, your very being. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It's the quiet voice that nudges you toward the things that truly matter, the things that align with who you really are. When you listen to it, when you allow it to guide you, life begins to unfold in ways that feel effortless, as if you're finally walking the path meant for you. The challenge isn't in finding the signal. The challenge is in believing that it's already there, waiting for you to trust it. So many of us doubt ourselves, second-guessing our instincts, our dreams, our desires. But the truth is, you don't need to find clarity or wait for a sign from the universe. Clarity comes when you start listening to your inner voice with more conviction. The signal has always been there, and it will continue to guide you, but you must be willing to hear it above the noise. One of the greatest misconceptions about success is that it's about achieving something that's out of reach. But what if the most powerful step toward your dreams is simply to stop searching so hard? What if success wasn't something you were trying to get, but something you allowed yourself to receive? The moment you tune into the frequency of your own signal, you'll see that the life you've been dreaming about has been available to you all along. Start today. Trust that the signal you've been seeking is already broadcasting through you. All it takes is a willingness to stop doubting it and begin listening to it with intention. When you align with this inner frequency, the world will respond in ways you've only dreamed of. Your envisioned success is not a future event. It's already here, ready to unfold the moment you start tuning in. Chapter 11. No one's coming, and that's power. There's a quiet truth that many of us overlook. No one is coming to save you. The world is filled with people, all on their own journeys, struggling with their own challenges. And while it's natural to seek validation, support, or even a hero to help carry us through difficult moments, the real breakthrough happens when we realize the most important thing. You are the hero of your own story. Imagine this for a moment. What if, instead of waiting for someone else to offer the solution or the encouragement, you decided that you already had everything you needed to succeed? What if the power you've been searching for was never out there but always within you, just waiting to be acknowledged? This isn't about ignoring the support of others or rejecting help when it's offered. It's about owning your power, understanding that everything you need to move forward is already inside of you, ready to be unleashed. We often live our lives in a state of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect person to show up and make things easier. But what if the perfect moment has already arrived? What if the only thing standing between where you are now and the success you envision is your decision to stop waiting and start acting with the knowledge that you are enough? This realization is both humbling and empowering. It means that you are in full control of your journey. You no longer have to rely on someone else's timetable or approval. The moment you choose to believe in your own ability to navigate life, the doors to your vision begin to open. Self-reliance isn't about doing everything alone, it's about trusting yourself. It's about stepping up, even when you're uncertain, and making decisions from a place of inner strength. It's about saying to yourself, I will create the life I envision, regardless of the external circumstances. And when you do this, you unlock a powerful kind of freedom. No longer dependent on anyone else's validation or assistance, you become unstoppable. You will face challenges, yes, but now you have the certainty that you can handle them. You are no longer waiting for permission. You're taking charge of your own destiny. The people around you may not understand at first. They may not see your vision, and they may not always offer the support you're looking for. But that's okay. Your power doesn't rely on others. It resides in your ability to trust your own instincts and make the decisions that align with your deepest purpose. The truth is, no one's coming, but in that you find your power. Chapter 12. Magnetic Alignment. There's a quiet magic that happens when you align with the truth of who you are. It doesn't require effort, struggle, or constant striving. It simply requires you to be still enough to feel the pull of what's meant for you. Alignment isn't something you do. It's something you become. It's a frequency, a magnetic field that pulls the right people, opportunities, and circumstances into your orbit, effortlessly. When you're aligned with your deepest desires and highest purpose, everything shifts. The world seems to conspire in your favor. Things that once felt impossible start to flow with ease, and you wonder how you ever lived without this clarity. The trick is, it's not about forcing the pieces into place. It's about trusting that they are already falling into place, guided by an invisible hand. The more you align with your inner truth, the more you step into the flow of your own life. This magnetic pull works through your thoughts, energy, and actions. When you tune in to your inner alignment, your energy becomes like a beacon, attracting exactly what you need. It's as though the universe has been waiting for you to get out of your own way, to stop doubting, to stop second-guessing, and simply trust in the power of who you are. The right people come into your life at the right time. Business opportunities unfold, and everything starts to feel effortless. Alignment is about being rather than doing. It's about knowing deep down that your desires are already on their way, and your only job is to stay in the frequency of receiving them. The more you live from this place of alignment, the more magnetic you become. You stop chasing and instead you attract. The world begins to match your vibration, reflecting back the success you've always known was yours. It's not magic. It's the law of attraction at work. It's the deep knowing that once you align yourself with the truth of who you are, everything begins to line up perfectly. Success is no longer something you pursue. It's something you draw to you like a magnet. Chapter 13. Stop apologizing for wanting more. How often have you felt the need to apologize for wanting more? Maybe it's a bigger house, a more fulfilling career, or simply a deeper sense of peace. Somewhere along the way, we've been conditioned to believe that asking for more is selfish. We're told to be content with what we have, to appreciate the present, and to not be too ambitious. But here's the truth. Wanting more is not a crime. It's a sign that you're alive and evolving. Consider this. Every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary first felt that inner stir, that desire for something greater. Oprah wanted more than a desk job at a local TV station. Steve Jobs wanted more than just building computers. He wanted to change the world. You too are meant for more than what you see today. Your soul is calling you to evolve, to grow, to expand beyond the boundaries you've set for yourself. And that pull is a beautiful, natural part of the human experience. We tend to apologize for wanting more because of an underlying fear. Fear of judgment, fear of seeming ungrateful, fear of pushing the limits. But let's be clear, the world doesn't need more people who apologize for their desires. It needs people who claim their desires unapologetically. When you suppress your ambitions, you're not only doing a disservice to yourself, you're doing a disservice to the world that would benefit from your unique gifts. The truth is, when you allow yourself to desire more, you're making space for the people around you to also dream bigger. Your growth is not a threat to anyone else's success. The more you have, the more you can give, and the more you can inspire others to rise to their own potential. So, stop apologizing. Stop downplaying your dreams to make others feel comfortable. The moment you embrace your desire for more, you set off a ripple effect, one that empowers others to do the same. Your greatness is not something to hide. It's something to celebrate. Step into it fully, own it, and let your growth be the spark that lights up the world. Chapter 14. Resistance is the test. We've all faced it, those moments when everything feels like it's pushing back, when the road ahead seems steeper than it ever was before. It's easy to think resistance is a sign to stop, to quit, or to turn around. But what if resistance isn't the obstacle we think it is? What if it's the very thing that tells us we're on the right path? Every great success story has a moment where the tide seems to push against the dream, where every effort feels like wading through thick mud. It's in those moments that your resolve is tested, and the question becomes, will you step back into your comfort zone or lean into the discomfort and move through it? Resistance is not here to break you. It's here to refine you. When you face resistance, it's not a call to give up. It's a call to evolve. The discomfort you feel is the universe's way of sharpening you, forcing you to reconsider your approach and align more fully with your vision. It is the universe's way of saying, are you sure you're ready for this level of success? Are you willing to stretch beyond your limits and become the person you need to be? This test is essential. It's not punishment. It's an invitation. It's saying, if you want to step into your highest potential, you need to rise above this barrier. But often we let fear or doubt turn us away. We confuse resistance with a dead end when in fact it's a doorway. Every moment of resistance offers you a chance to dig deeper, to unlock new layers of strength, creativity, and resilience you didn't know you had. Think of the strongest trees. They don't grow in the calm, perfect conditions. They grow in the wind, in the storms. It's the constant resistance of the wind against their trunks that forces their roots to deepen, to grow stronger. In the same way, your growth will always be paired with challenges, but those challenges are what will make you unshakable. The key is not to back down in the face of resistance, but to understand it. Accept that resistance is part of the process. The greater your dreams, the more you will be tested. But also understand this. Each test is an opportunity for a breakthrough. Every challenge is simply the universe saying, you are capable of more. You are ready for the next step. So, the next time resistance comes knocking, don't see it as a sign to stop. See it as the universe inviting you to step into your greatness. Chapter 15. Your voice creates worlds. The world is constantly speaking to you. It's in the hum of traffic, the rustle of leaves, the sound of a friend's voice, or the quiet of an empty room. But have you ever stopped to realize that your voice, too, has the power to speak to the world? The words you choose, the thoughts you express, and the energy you emit are far more powerful than you might think. They are not merely echoes in the universe, they are building blocks of your reality. In the early morning hours, when thoughts are still raw and unfiltered, how do you speak to yourself? When the world throws challenges your way, do you call them obstacles, or do you refer to them as opportunities to grow? The words you use to describe your life shape your experience more than you realize. It's not just about how others hear you, it's about how you hear yourself. Take a moment and think about the last time you had an inspiring conversation. Notice how the words you spoke stirred something inside you, how the mere act of speaking, words that felt true to your heart, made you feel alive. Your voice is more than just a tool for communication. It's the paintbrush with which you create your reality. Whether you speak out loud or silently in your mind, your voice is your inner compass, guiding you toward the life you envision. It's your most intimate, constant partner in manifesting your dreams. But here's the kicker. What you speak into existence is not limited to words alone. Your thoughts, your intentions, and even your beliefs. These are forms of communication, too. They vibrate at frequencies that the universe can hear. So when you think about success, are you framing it as something distant, something hard to achieve? Or are you speaking success into the present, calling it in like a trusted friend? The more you speak what you desire, the more it aligns with your world. It's like calling a person's name and waiting for them to respond. The universe is always listening, and it responds in kind. The power of your voice goes beyond affirmations. It's in every conversation, every story you tell, and every belief you voice. The words you use when you talk about your future hold incredible weight. When you say, "I can," your mind begins to believe it. When you say, "I will," the universe starts to move in your favor. But when you say, "I don't know if it's possible," you're creating doubt and leaving space for fear to creep in. The energy behind those words shapes your path. Your voice is not limited to speech alone. It's the energy you emit every time you express yourself. So, ask yourself, what are you declaring today? What are you bringing into existence? With your voice, whether spoken aloud or silently inside your head, the words you speak are the seeds you plant for your future, and as you nurture them, they will grow into the world you create. It's time to be conscious of the worlds your voice is creating. Speak your vision as if it's already here, and watch how it begins to unfold before you. The universe listens. What will you tell it today? Chapter 16. Letting go of the outcome. We've all been there, the anxious waiting, the desperate clinging to a particular outcome. It's like holding a tightly wound string, hoping that each tug will pull us closer to what we think we need. But what if the key to unlocking the success we've been working for is not about holding on tighter, but letting go entirely? Letting go of the outcome isn't about giving up. It's about releasing the need for control over how things unfold. It's about trusting that the universe knows more than we do, and that our job is simply to show up, do the work, and stay true to our vision. When we get too attached to the how, we limit the infinite possibilities the universe has in store for us. The exact path to success may not always look the way we imagined, but often, the most unexpected paths lead to the most profound rewards. In the moments when we let go, we create space. Space for clarity, for inspiration, for the natural flow of creativity and ideas that were always there, but blocked by our desperation. It's in the letting go that we reconnect with the present moment. the only place where true power exists. When we stop obsessing over what might happen in the future, we start to realize that the future is already unfolding in perfect harmony with the energy we put out today. Success is not a destination but a journey, and the more we surrender to it, the more we align with it. Imagine you've set a goal. Maybe it's a business venture, a relationship, or a personal achievement, and you've worked tirelessly to make it happen. You've put in the effort, you've visualized the success, and yet you're still waiting for it to materialize. The more you wait, the more frustrated you feel. This frustration, this desperation, only pulls you further away from what you want. The paradox is that the moment you release the pressure and let go of controlling the outcome, it often shows up faster and more easily than you ever anticipated. The truth is, the universe doesn't respond to frantic energy. It responds to the energy of trust. When you trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, your energy shifts. You stop forcing things to happen and begin allowing them to unfold naturally. This creates a powerful magnetic field around you, one that draws opportunities, people, and experiences that align with your highest good. Success arrives not because we chase it, but because we align with it. The key to unlocking your highest potential is to focus on the process, not the outcome. Take action, but release the need to control the result. Trust that what is meant for you will find its way into your life at the right time and in the right form. When you stop obsessing over the destination and start embracing the journey, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You're no longer bound by rigid expectations or frustrated by delays. You're free to enjoy the ride, to learn and grow, and to trust that the universe is guiding you toward exactly what you need. So, let go. Release the outcome. And watch as everything you've been working toward effortlessly falls into place. Chapter 17. People will misunderstand you. When you begin to pursue your vision, there will be a moment when others just won't get it. It's an unavoidable part of the journey, and though it feels isolating, it's also one of the greatest signs you're on the right path. You see, your vision isn't for everyone, and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Think about the pioneers, the trailblazers, and the game changers throughout history. From Steve Jobs to Oprah Winfrey, they were all misunderstood in their time. People doubted them, dismissed their ideas, and questioned their sanity. Yet they kept moving forward, undeterred by the voices around them. Why? Because they understood that their vision was their own to create, not for others to validate. Their path wasn't meant to fit into society's expectations. It was meant to shatter them. When you're on the journey of envisioned success, you will face the same resistance. People who care about you might not understand why you're changing, why you're making bold decisions, or why you're refusing to settle. At first, it stings. It might make you second-guess yourself or doubt your path. But here's the secret. Their misunderstanding isn't about you. It's about their inability to see the world through your lens. And that's okay. The truth is, those who understand your vision may not come around until you've succeeded. At first, they might think you're chasing an impossible dream. But when you achieve it, they'll see that what once seemed absurd was actually brilliance in the making. You're not meant to wait for others to catch up. You're meant to stay true to what's inside you, regardless of the external noise. Think of it this way. The only person you truly need to prove your vision to is yourself. If you believe it, it will manifest no matter how many people doubt it. The world isn't waiting for everyone to understand. It's waiting for those brave enough to make the impossible possible. Keep going, even when they don't get it, because the world needs what only you can bring. Chapter 18. Live it before you see it. In the early stages of any dream, the most common question is, How can I be sure this will work? It's a question rooted in uncertainty, in the space between where you are and where you want to be. The thing is, success doesn't wait for the world to hand you proof. It doesn't need your permission to be real. Success requires you to step into it long before the evidence shows up. Think about the great creators, the inventors, the visionaries. Steve Jobs didn't wait until the iPhone was in everyone's hands to believe in its potential. Oprah didn't wait until the ratings proved her worth before pouring herself into her show. They lived their vision before it had manifested, because they knew that the energy you put into the world precedes the outcome. You are the architect of your reality, and the blueprint exists in your daily choices and beliefs. Living it before you see it means embodying the version of you who has already achieved the success you desire. The secret here isn't waiting for success to arrive so you can begin acting as if. You must begin acting as if success has already arrived, now. Every decision you make from this moment forward should be rooted in the version of yourself who's already reached their highest potential. This is not about pretending, it's about stepping into your power and claiming what is yours, energetically, long before the tangible results appear. When you begin living as though your dream is already a reality, you shift your energy. You start making decisions from a place of alignment rather than fear or scarcity. You start to take actions that match the frequency of your goal. And as you do, you signal the universe that you're ready for what you've asked for. The beauty of living it before you see it is that it transforms your entire relationship with your dream. Instead of seeing it as something distant, something to chase, you start to see it as something that belongs to you, already within your grasp. This is the magic. When you live as if you already have what you desire, you open the door to receiving it. So ask yourself, what would you do today if you were already living the life you envision? How would you carry yourself? What kind of choices would you make? Let those answers guide your actions. Chapter 19. Stay in the frequency. There's a sound that only you can hear. It's the hum of your dreams, the frequency of your highest self, the voice that calls you toward your fullest potential. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. But it's always there, like a gentle melody playing in the background of your life, waiting for you to tune in. The world often encourages us to chase after success, to hustle harder, to fight for what we want. But the truth is, success isn't something you pursue. It's something you align with. You've heard the phrase like attracts like. But what does that really mean? It means that everything around you, every person, every circumstance is a reflection of the energy you're putting out. This is why staying in the right frequency is crucial. When you stay tuned into the right frequency, your world begins to rearrange itself. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach become visible. People who resonate with your energy are drawn to you. Doors open where there were once walls. This isn't magic, it's the law of resonance, the principle that says your energy attracts the energy that matches it. But staying in the right frequency isn't always easy. Life has a way of pulling us out of alignment. Stress, doubt, distractions, and the noise of everyday life can all disrupt our internal signal. But here's the secret. The more you practice staying in your frequency, the more naturally it happens. It becomes a muscle you build, a habit you cultivate. And when you do, life flows with effortless grace. The key is to be intentional, to create daily rituals that ground you in your vision. Whether it's meditation, journaling, visualizing your goals, or simply taking a moment each day to remind yourself of the bigger picture, these small actions keep you locked into the frequency of your highest potential. When you stay in the frequency, you're not forcing success, you're inviting it. You're no longer chasing what's out there. You become a magnet for it. And as your energy aligns with your vision, reality bends to match it. The world is waiting for you to stay in your frequency. It's waiting for you to show up as the person you've always known you could be. And when you do, everything you desire will begin to meet you halfway. You don't have to chase after your dreams. You just have to stay in the frequency where they already exist. Chapter 20. The future is listening. Every action you take today, every thought you entertain, every choice you make is a message sent into the future. It's not just your past shaping your present, it's your present creating your future. The future is listening, always waiting for you to speak your truth. Take the next step and act as if what you desire has already arrived. We often think of the future as something distant, something unknown that we are merely drifting toward. But the truth is, the future is closer than we realize. It's in the thoughts you think, the conversations you have, the feelings you allow yourself to experience. When you begin to understand this, something extraordinary happens. You stop seeing your future as a place that happens to you, and instead start realizing that it is something you actively create. Your vision, your intentions, and your beliefs are the threads weaving the fabric of your future. You may not see it yet, but the universe is listening. It's responding to your energy, the way you move in the world, the way you hold yourself, and the way you choose to show up every day all shape the life you will eventually live. In this way, the future isn't waiting for you to catch up. It's already listening to your every thought, your every belief. And it is pulling you closer to the life you've envisioned. You may have heard the phrase, "Be careful what you wish for." But I want to tell you something even more powerful. Be careful what you believe. Belief is the language of the universe. It listens to your fears, your doubts, your dreams, and your expectations, and then it responds. If you believe the future holds only struggle, that's what will appear. But if you believe in endless possibilities, in growth, in your own potential, the future will bend itself to reflect that truth. The future is listening, but it won't interrupt your life to force its hand. Instead, it will wait patiently, silently, for you to align yourself with your deepest desires. It will wait until you decide that you're ready to claim your life as your own. And when you make that choice, when you stand firmly in your vision of success, it won't be long before the future you've been imagining begins to take shape. In the end, the question isn't whether the future is listening, it's whether you're ready to speak it into existence. Are you ready to step into the vision of who you've always known you could be? The future is waiting for you to take that first step, and it's waiting for you to act with the kind of belief that makes things happen. This is your moment. The future is listening, and it's asking you to show up as the person you are becoming. Conclusion. As you close this book, remember that the true essence of success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. The vision you hold within you, the one that speaks quietly in the moments of your solitude, is not just a possibility. It is the seed of your future self, waiting to be nurtured, trusted, and lived. Success isn't defined by the accolades you collect or the numbers you see on a screen. It's defined by the alignment of your mind, body, and soul with a purpose that transcends fleeting moments of achievement. It's in the quiet, grounded moments where you stand in your power and say, "I am ready." You now know that the life you dream of is not far off. It's already inside you, waiting for you to step into it. The power of envisioned success lies in your ability to tune into your own unique frequency. Trust your inner vision and take action from a place of deep belief. It's not about the struggle. It's about allowing yourself to believe that what you see in your mind is possible in your world. Keep your vision close. Trust the process, and know that success is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding. The universe is listening to every thought, every step, every shift you make. And as you walk forward, know this: success is yours because you've already envisioned it.